So we finished with the first graph. Now we're going to move on to the second. Graph number 2. We are given a table. We're given a graph with a line, an empty table, and we are given some equations as well. Now this one's a little bit different because the first graph we were given ordered pairs. We were already given x's. For this graph, all we're given is a line. But you know what? We're still given the same information. We just need to find it. So what we're going to do is we are going to utilize this line because this is the line that we are using. And we're going to pick points off of this line. And by picking points off of this line, it needs to exactly cross over the grids. So I'm going to pick this point, and this point. It doesn't matter what points you use. We need 4. So I have 4. You can pick any 4 points as long as they are on the line and they are points exactly on the grid. So these extra lines on here are the grid on the graph. So now we're going to count, okay? Let's start with down here. What's our x for this one? Well, we started our origin, we're going to count. Remember, our goal is this point down here. So we're going to count -1, -2, -3, -4 is our x. Okay. Then we're going to go down. -1, -2, -3. Okay, because this ordered pair is -4, -3. Now let's go to our second point. Started our origin, our goal is to get to here. So I'm going to go -1, -2, that's my x's. And I'm going to go down 1, or -1. And this ordered pair is -2, -1. Beautiful. Now we're going to go to my next one. Oops, sorry. My next one. My goal is this one up here. I have the origin. Do I need to move left or right? No, I don't at all. My x is 0 because I don't move. And I go up 1 on my y, so it's now a +1. So my ordered pair is 0, 1. And my last one, let's see, my point is up here that I need to get to. I started my origin. I go right 1, right 2, so +2. And I go up 1, 2, 3. +3. So from here, I have picked points off of my graph, made them into ordered pairs, and completed the table. Now we have to do the exact same thing that we did up here. Plug in my x's and y's to determine which one of these makes sense. So let's start with my first one. Let's start with A. Y equals 2x plus 1. Well, I'm going to substitute my x for my -4. Y equals 2 parentheses times -4 plus 1. And remember, my y should equal -3, so I'm going to put -3 as my y. I'm going to substitute my -3 for y because that's what we want it to equal. 2 times -4 is a -8 plus 1. They're different signs, so I need to subtract. 7. 8 is bigger, the sign's negative. Does -3 equal -7? It doesn't, so I can cross out A. It does not work. It's wrong. So now let's move on to B. Y equals -2 times x plus 1. I'm going to use the same x and y. So my y is -3. My x is -4, but I have to do -2 times -4, and I'm still adding a 1. Well, what's -2 times -4? Well, it's a +8. 8 plus 1 equals 9. 9 does not equal -3, so that's wrong, so it's not B. Now let's move on to C. Y equals -x plus 1. My y is -3. Now -x, so I have that negative sign because in my equation, but my x is a -4. So -4 plus 1. -4, I can really do plus a positive. It's really saying it's the opposite of -4, which is a +4. So now I have a +4 plus 1, which equals a 5. Does negative 3 equal 5? Nope. So it's not C. It has to be D, but good mathematicians always check their work. Y equals x plus 1. Negative 3 equals negative 4 plus 1. I am going to subtract my numbers because they're different signs. And negative 4 minus 1 gets me a 3. 4 is bigger, so it's a negative. That one works. I gotta move on to my next one. My y is negative 1, so negative 1 equals negative 2 plus 1. Negative 2 plus 1, they're different signs, so I subtract. I get a 1, 2 is bigger, so it's a negative. That one works. I gotta move on to my next one. 1 equals 0 plus 1. Well, if I have nothing and I add 1, I get 1. That one works. My last ordered pair, 3 equals 2 plus 1. What's 2 plus 1? It's 3. 3 equals 3. Boom, that works. So D is my correct answer. Go ahead and make sure that what you have is what I have, and then move on to the challenge.